buckle up, because it's about to get a little sexy in here. It's about to... Hey everyone, if you are new here, really quick, I am Tanner, these are the times, and you guys are the timers, and guys, I hope that you are off to a great start to your 2018. We're just about a month in, and I hope that you guys have made more progress, if not as much you thought you were up until this point. Now, one thing to help you guys out with your progression, when you start thinking about what you want to do, okay, and you create that plan, you have to envision yourself doing that work. A lot of people, when they think about what they want to do in life, they just envision themselves getting to that point, but not the steps in between. And those are the most important part of goal setting and goal achieving. So, kind of like I was talking about in a couple videos prior, when you put down those 5 things each day in your notebook, that you envision yourself doing those things, that you don't just write it down and hope it will happen. The transformation challenge that we got going on through First Form, it's all about meeting each other halfway, okay? I cannot give you the material and just expect it to happen. You can, vice versa, you can't just expect me to tell you, the information you need and then for it to just happen. I'll give you the tools, but you gotta meet me halfway by doing the work. Because I'm doing the exact same thing. I'm getting the tools, learning a lot of information from, okay? I have to meet them halfway by doing the work myself. I hope that gets you guys motivated and gets you going through the rest of the week and into next week and even into next month, because we're almost done with January, which is crazy. Just as you go throughout your day, make sure that you are envisioning yourselves doing that work. And it doesn't just have to do with goal setting, okay? It can just be day by day. What do you want to get done tomorrow? A little homework, some fitness, hang out with a relative that you haven't seen in a long time. Just envision yourself doing it and not saying, okay, I'm gonna do this, or this is what I want to do. What we got going on for the rest of today, I got the footage of me working out. Then I hope you guys are excited for this part. Like the title says above, we are going to talk pre-workouts. Understand that this is probably one of the most exciting parts of starting fitness, because when people think pre-workouts, they think about this intense energy, ultimate focus, big swelling pumps to get your muscles, blowing through your skin. Not literally, but you get the idea. I'm very excited to educate you guys on this subject, because it is one of the, if not the most misunderstood parts about fitness and exercise. We're no new followers, so I just want to shout out to all of you guys. Thank you very much for sticking with me. Let's keep it going. Later on in the week, I'm heading up to Canada, so you're going to get a little bit more fun side of things. I know it's been kind of same old me talking in this room, doing certain things, certain reviews. But this weekend, I'll be heading up to Canada. You're going to be a part of it. You're going to share the good times with us, with my team, as we go on up to play against Coquitlam up in Canada. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that. Make sure you share with your friends, because as the more traveling we do, the more experiences we get to have with each other. And for spring break, I'm heading to California and Arizona, so I want a lot of people to be part of that so that they can enjoy it as well. Now, before we get into the product review of pre-workouts, here is my little chest day routine, because I know that most of them have actually been back days, oddly enough. So I want you guys to check out my chest day routine. I hope you guys enjoy it. Hope you learn a little bit about it. And if you do like it, but you aren't sure where to start yourself, let's get into touch. Comment down below. Let's get it going. Because guess what? We're still early in the year. We still got a lot of damage to be done. And we don't want to wait any longer than we have to. We should have started a while ago. And if you haven't, That's totally fine, but let's not wait any longer. Let's get it going. All right, guys, enjoy, and then we'll be right back. Alright guys, so for chest day, we started out with incline bench rather than regular bench. Did one set at 87.5% of my 1 rep max for 3, and then dropped it down to about 70-75% for 10 to 12. Next thing we have up is a flat bench chest fly with a close grip press. Here really focusing on each individualized movement, making sure that I'm pausing a little bit in between. For sets of 10, we then went to a plyometric push-up right away for another 10 reps or to failure. Just really trying to reach failure if you cannot hit 10 at the end of your sets, really making sure that we're getting that pump there. And then we moved on to another superset with a single arm cable incline fly, really making sure that we are not trying to bend our elbows too much, but obviously not having it too straight. Again, 3 sets of 10, and then supersetting it right into an incline belly press. Both are great movements to work on the core as a stabilization muscle group, constant contraction, and really making sure that we're pressing out nice and far. Then moved on to get a little shoulders and also a little pec work. Went into the Arnold press. I don't really like how much I rotated my wrists in, so next time I'm going to change that up. But went for about 10 to 12 reps there, did 3 sets, and we just did that by itself. And then we ended with another superset. We got neutral grip military press for 10 to 12 reps again. Really making sure that we're not letting our back move too much. And then we supersetted it with knee raises, for lack of better terms, weighted, just trying to keep constant contraction, not letting our legs hit the back as well. Hope you guys like that. Now, buckle up. Let's get a little sexy in here. Just kidding. I'm not stripped. I mean, I was a little warm, obviously. I had a lot of layers on. It's kind of cold today in Bellingham. This is why it's about to get sexy. Pre-workouts. One of the sexiest things in lifting. Why? Makes them feel good in the gym. They get this laser focus.
Yelled for no reason.
They get this boost in confidence, self-image, all that good stuff. Now the reason I said it's one of the most misunderstood products is because all what I said before is true about the energy, the focus, the self-confidence. Just that's not all products are for when it comes to pre-workouts. And a lot of companies, they sell you on this idea because that's what people want to hear. That's what you guys want to hear. You want to hear that it's going to elevate your heart rate. You're going to be able to push around more weight. You're going to get vascularity, roadmaps right to your heart. That's what I like to call it. All this different kinds of stuff, when in reality, that is not what a pre-workout is meant for exclusively. Now, because there are a lot of different types of people, a lot of different types of athletes. Just a couple of things before I get going. 1, pre-workout just in general is not meant for everyone. How you find that out is going through a tolerance assessment phase, especially with stimulated pre-workouts. And like I said before too, one type of pre-workout is not going to be the gold standard for everyone. So as I go through these, make sure that you are thinking about the results you want, the type of training that you want to do, and then we can go from there in determining what pre-workout is best for you. While I have your guys' attention, let's go over a stimulated pre-workout like Megawatt V2 from First Form. Right off the bat, all of these taste amazing. I have enjoyed each and every one of them thoroughly on taste. Like I said, it is a stimulated pre-workout. You are going to get your caffeine mix in here. This pre-workout is definitely meant for someone that's had pretty long days where they aren't getting to the gym until later on in the day or very early in the morning. It's going to help you, again, get that energy boost, get you into the gym, get you excited, and get you going so that you aren't sluggish and you're not dragging ass through the gym, that you're busting to get where you want to be. Like as I mentioned before, not every pre-workout is great for everyone. So with Megawatt, now I just now realized that you can't see the name, with Megawatt, it's not meant for your endurance athletes. Me being a lacrosse player, I don't rely this very heavily to get me through a practice or a training regimen where I'm doing a lot of interval type training, very high intensity. What it's more meant for are more of your standard training types. So the instance in where it's not good is that you're plugging away for hour and a half, 2 hours, and each bout you go for, you're trying to maximize your heart rate, you're trying to get the sweat going, and you're trying to burn as many calories as possible each bout. So your types of training including high intensity interval, so you're doing like burpees supersetted with push press, or like mountain climbers, jumping rope, things that you do for an extended amount of time for as many reps as possible, or vice versa, a certain amount of reps as quickly as possible. Megawatt, it's great for your standard strength training program. You're doing 4 to 5 sets of about 3 to 5 reps, and then you take a rest for about 2 to 3 minutes. Let your heart rate come back down. Let you get those ATP stores recreated through creatine monohydrate and stuff like that. You're pushing yourself, but you're also giving yourself a great amount of rest. Things that includes besides the caffeine matrix, it's also got beta-alanine in it, which is going to buffer out lactic acid, which in terms of the entire workout is going to help you with endurance. Maybe not during each set, but for how many sets that you complete, how many different workouts that you complete. Say you're in there for about an hour and a half, okay, you do 8 different movements, you're going to be able to get through those because you got the beta-alanine to buffer out that lactic acid. And what the lactic acid is that very intense burning that you might feel throughout a lift, especially when you start upping the amount of reps that you're doing. We've got augmentin sulfate, okay, which is going to help nutrient transportation. It's going to get blood flow to the muscles, and that's where you get that pump sensation. That's where you start feeling like you're swelling up, your shirt's getting a little tighter, maybe around the arms, because I know a lot of you meatheads like to do arms all the time. Which, don't get me wrong, arms are great. Best is popping out, you feel the compression around here. Ladies, for you, those shorts are starting to tighten up, booty's getting out there. That's what is creating that pump sensation. Along with blood flow, it's going to get more nutrients to the muscles to help with the longevity of your workout. And Megawatt, great for your standard bodybuilding and fitness type people, but not amazing, especially for those people that are doing like cross training type stuff, where some of your workouts are going to be a lot longer duration in terms of each individual workout. Myself as a lacrosse player, again, I don't heavily rely on this, but after going to class into 4:15 sometimes, I do need a little kick in the ass to get me going, so I will take about a quarter scoop, just enough to give me some energy to get into the gym, and then killing it from there. Other thing that really helps with that pump, getting those nutrients going, and trying to increase muscle size, is Alpha Surge DRV. Now, this is a non-stimulated pre-workout, so it goes beautifully with Megawatt. You never want to mix too many stimulants together, and so Megawatt's going to get you that energy, get you going. Alpha Surge is going to get you that more of a pump. It's got more augmentin sulfate in it, so you're increasing your dosage of that with Alpha Surge. What it's also going to do is further widen your blood vessels, because with a thing like Megawatt V2, you're getting that vasoconstriction from the caffeine, which if you are trying to do again a nice bodybuilding type workout, you are going to be doing quite a few sets and reps, sometimes super setting things just to get a very nice swell. So you're going to want to take Alpha Surge with that in order to get the nutrients to those muscles as well. Some people are going to ask, well, for you lacrosse players out there, you're going to ask yourself, well, okay, well, why can't I take Alpha Surge DRV? Why wouldn't you recommend it for like a practice, so that I can get nutrients to my muscles and do that type of training? While a pump is great for increasing muscle size and putting on some muscle, you don't want, for lacrosse type training or like high intensity interval training, your CrossFit type people, you don't want to experience a very large pump, especially in the middle of your workout, because that's actually going to slow you down. It's going to slow you down because you're going to start getting these huge swells. Your flexibility is going to go down, which is very important in terms of high intensity training and stuff like that, being able to work through your range of motion and being able to withstand proper form and all of this and that. Now that doesn't mean you can't take it, because I actually do take, I'll take a quarter. Just like with Megawatt, I'll take about a quarter of a full serving just to help with that nutrient shuttling to my muscles so that I'm not fatiguing as quickly. I want to get it confused because you see I have these products and you're like, okay, well, Tanner, if you're not taking the full dose. I do, on days that I don't train like a lacrosse specific workout, I will do a little bit more of your traditional type training. Now, with that being said, I am starting to wean away from it because as we hit the season, I need to really not focus on putting on so much size. I'm very comfortable with my strength right now, so my training is leaning more towards being able to change direction more quickly, being able to withstand my energy levels for as long as possible. Because if you've played lacrosse before, I play LSM, and if you know what that means, I mean I am busting my butt back and forth. If there's a change of possession, I got to get back onto the field as soon as possible. So that's for Megawatt and Alpha Surge DRV. Again, great for your energy, great for your pump, great for traditional trainers and stuff like that. Now we're going to get into the non-stimulated, and I hope I don't lose you here, because when people think non-stimulated, like, oh, great, well, see you later. So I hope to keep you around Alpha Cree HD, non-stimulated, and its main component is creatine monohydrate. Now just like Megawatt has in it, it's actually got a more full dose of creatine in it. Creatine monohydrate, and actually in the body as creatine phosphate, what it's going to do is it's going to help with ATP resynthesis. Very important, because ATP molecules are what we use for our main source of energy, for that very explosive power that we do when we train. Now people are going to ask, I thought we use carbs as our main source, and that is very true. We do use carbs, but carbs, it goes into a different system that allows us to use ATP. We break off an ATP, becomes ADP. We need creatine, either in the form of monohydrate or phosphate, which is what naturally occurs in the body. You can also get it through your red meats, but we need that so that we can return ADP into ATP so that we can continue to lift maximal, maybe even sub-maximal weight as much as possible for as long as possible. And that is why I love Alpha Cree HD. I take it before every single practice so that it allows me to go through as hard as possible for as long as possible so that I can get out as much of from my efforts. It's great for, again, your athletes whose sport requires them to be moving around a lot, whether that be change in direction or whether that be down a line. Great for long distance running, high interval training, CrossFit type workouts. And you can use it, by all means, you can pair this up with Alpha Surge if you don't do great with stimulants and you want to still have a pre-workout that suits you for like a traditional lift. I say pair up Alpha Surge and Alpha Cree, and it is a great non-stimulated pre-workout base to get you that creatine, to get you that augmentine sulfate. And another thing too with Alpha Cree, because It's suited for more of your CrossFit athletes and just your long duration training athletes. It's also going to have a blend of carbohydrates so that you get that into your muscle stores to help further you along in your workouts. But I mean, that's all I really got for these three, you guys. There are some more on First Form, and I would love to help you out with those. The reason I'm not going to do a review on them is because I don't have them myself. However, I would love to get you guys that information if you are wondering about other types of pre-workouts. That's all I got. Next time we see you, I'll be heading up to Canada, getting ready for our first lacrosse scrimmage, and hopefully you guys can come along for the good times. I'm sure it's going to be exciting. Whenever you travel with your boys, it's always a good time. Until then, like I said before, I am Tanner. These are the times. You guys are the timers. Make sure that you go down there, smash that subscribe button if you liked it, share with all your friends. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and continue to come back for more. Make sure that you watch previous videos if you have not. I think that's a sign. The megawatt fell down, so I guess we're done here. See you guys later.